Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We will be talking about this baby right here, which is the Pfaff Tipmatic 6122. I'll be going over doing a deep dive for you guys, and it is a second-hand machine. So thanks again for clicking on the video. If you didn't know, this is the Chi Sewing Space, where you and I learn to unstyle the wardrobe of our dreams. So without much ado, let me reset the camera so that we can talk about this baby right here. Okay, so first I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the sewing machine. All right, so first off, it is a manual sewing machine, and I did get it second-hand because they don't make these machines anymore, this Tipmatic brand anymore. This has been replaced with the Select brand, I believe it's called. Okay, so just on the face of it, this I put in because, like I said, I got this machine second hand, so some parts didn't come with the machine. As you can see on the top here, there is supposed to be a lid that has all the stitches listed out, and I don't have that here, unfortunately. Other things that are wrong with the machine, which is something you get with second-hand machines a lot, and unfortunately for me, we don't have a sewing machine doctor here so I can't really get those fixed. Okay, the next thing that is missing is there's supposed to be a tray in here for the for you to put your bobbins and whatnot. I didn't get that, and there isn't like spare bobbins as well. Okay, there's that. It came without the extra spool pin that you put on here to do twin needle, and this machine does have the twin needle capabilities. Then on the side here, which we'll get into later, this is the hand wheel, and there's supposed to be a swivel action here that stops the needle bar from going up and down when you are winding a bobbin. That isn't there as well. Then my needle threader, there's a pin that goes in there to bring out the thread on the other side. I do not have that either. So those are the things that I don't have with the machine. Thankfully, it still works wonderful without it. But back to this patch here. So I went and I made a photocopy as good as I could get, and I pasted it here just so that I have an idea of the stitches that I'm making. All right, okay. So let's start now from the top part. We have the thread where we put our thread. You wind your bobbin here, of course. Okay, then this is the tension dial, which I don't really mess with that too much. I leave it as is. Except when it comes to here, there is a buttonhole dial. So if you want to make a buttonhole, you come this way, right, to make nice buttonholes. But aside from that, I just leave it on the 5 where it is. Another thing that I really love about this machine is this knob here, which controls the needle positioning. So right now it's set for in the middle, and this way it's on the far left, and this way it's on the far right. And they're actually, you can actually fine tune it so they're positions right in the middle of each of them. And I don't know if you guys can see. Let me do this. So if you look well, you can see the needle moving positions incrementally. Okay, See that? Awesome. This is actually a feature that you mostly only see in high-end machines, but it's on this machine, and this machine was made years ago. Okay, then the other thing we have here is the stitch width. Okay, now at 0 and with this G here, you make a straight stitch, and the wider you go, it means you're making a zigzag. Okay, there's that for the top. So we come here, this is our reverse lever. Okay, just a regular standard reverse lever. Then this is the stitch length. Okay, so when you get to here, you can see we can make a buttonhole, and you measure it up to this hole right here. Then every other thing this way is a stretch stitch. If you want to make a stretch stitch, come to this section. But other than that, stitch length, and it has a stitch length of 6, which is another feature that you mostly only see on high-end machines, right? But this machine has it in a machine so old. We have our stitch selector, right? G is for your straight stitch and your zigzag and all that good stuff, but we'll really dive into the stitch selection bits here and all that. And on the side here, we have our hand wheel and our light on and off switch. Another feature that you don't really see in machines these days, like machines of this price or this size, right? This is a feature of high-end machines. My other cheaper machine, the Mpisa Dressmaker 270D, doesn't have this. It's just if you plug it on, the light bulb comes on, which is quite annoying. Then at the back here, you have your outlets for to connect to the electricity. Then you can actually figure out when the machine was made by the numbers here. Several things that you can tell from this thing. If it says made in Germany, that means the machine was actually manufactured in Germany. You know, unlike the later editions of this machine weren't made in Germany, right? Then you can figure out when it was made by this mark. I don't know if you can see it, but it says 4 in Roman numerals and 99 in numbers. Okay, so what that means is that it was made on the 4th month, which is January, February, March, April 1999. Okay, right. So, and it's also got a handle, a carrying handle, which is fantastic. Then for the front, you have a metal plate here, fully metal plate, but this is plastic. It's got your different lengths on here, which helps. Then you actually have a ruler, a 6-inch ruler here, right? Then you can open this up, and like I said, it's a storage compartment. You can swivel it out, okay, to get to the bobbin compartment, and it is a front loading bobbin, which I actually do love. I love front loading bobbins. And the bobbins on this are actually huge, like not any type I was used to. And you can also take this out to do your free arm sewing. Okay, well, like I said, the bobbins on this are huge. They're this size. So this is your Pfaff bobbin, and this is your regular size bobbins, and trust me, there is a difference, right? These bobbins, they like go forever. They're like unending. It's crazy how that goes. All right, so yeah, then now another thing that I want to tell you about the machine which is a big thing for Pfaff sewing machines, which is what Pfaff is known for, is what is called the IDT system. So basically what it is this attachment at the back that acts like a second feet or your walking foot. It is a walking foot actually. You just engage it into the back of this sewing foot. And another thing that is exclusive to Pfaff is that they have specialized feet, and this feet has a hole at the back, which you would be forgiven for thinking that that meant it went this way, but no, it actually attaches this way, and this is to give space for the IDT system at the back. Now you can get Pfaff sewing feet that don't have this attachment, this opening at the back, in which case you wouldn't be able to use the IDT system. This is their zipper foot, and this is the front of the feet, this is the back, because the IDT foot would engage in here or be slotted in here if you were sewing for this side, and in here if you were putting your needle on this side to sew a zip. Okay. And another thing that Pfaff is known for, and I'm sure I've said this before, is the various ways with which you can thread your machine and also wind your bobbin. Okay, so you just engage it like that and you're good to go. I want to talk about the foot pedal because it does have a foot pedal. So again, this is the foot pedal, right? A long cord, and like I said, one plugs into the machine and the other one plugs into an outlet. But if you're in Nigeria here, you do need it's called a step down or whatever that is. And so this is just a regular foot pedal, nice and wide. The only other interesting thing about this foot pedal is that the speed control is on the foot pedal. I don't know why they did that. I'm sure happy that they moved it to the main body of the machines. But again, this is just another thing that is so rare to have had back then. You know, Pfaff was really in the forefront of a lot of sewing things. So the fastest speed here is not equivalent to the fastest speeds on some of the more modern machines, but it's not bad, right? And this is for slow in case you want kids to learn or something, but I keep it permanently on fast. So yeah, that is just the general overview of the machine. We'll now go in depth, talk about how to thread your bobbin, how to wind your bobbin, and all that good stuff. So stick around and we'll get to the next part.